Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring the Legend Quest Omnibus edition. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this classic fantasy tabletop RPG, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about magical fatigue as well as psyche and spells. When a spellcaster summons up magical energy, he or she will become fatigued. Some spells are harder to cast than others, and therefore have higher casting fatigue multipliers. Immediately after casting the spellcaster must roll for fatigue damage. The casting fatigue shown on the charts is to be multiplied by the power level to arrive at a die multiplier for the die roll. Sustaining a spell also causes fatigue. The sustaining fatigue equation is not a multiplier. It is the number of fatigue points, rounded up, taken per round of sustaining the spell. Sustaining fatigue begins on the turn after casting the spell, and at the end of each turn during which the spell was maintained. If after casting a spell the caster passes out due to the fatigue loss, the spell will still be successful. If the spell needs to be sustained, it will immediately fail, but if it has no sustaining needs, it will function normally. If the fatigue damage is higher than the caster's present fatigue points, the remaining damage is applied to the caster's life's blood. If the fatigue and life's blood are both reduced to 0, the caster will die. Let's talk about psyche and spells. Every character with a psyche above 0 can manipulate magic. This often happens at a subconscious level. When most spells are cast at a character, the character can resist with his or her psyche, multiplied by 5%. The character is actually attempting to manipulate the magic in his or her environment, by forcing it to remain the same. This is not an action because it is a subconscious act, but the character must not be unconscious to accomplish this. Characters do not have to resist spells. Some spells benefit the recipient, and therefore the character would not want to resist. In these situations, the spell is cast without resistance to its chance of success. Some spells can have their accuracy assisted by the target. In these cases, the recipient of the spell adds his or her psyche multiplied by 5% to the chance of success. Assisting in a spell is an action and will prevent the character from doing anything else during the spell's casting time. The character may move or parry without using levels before or after the spell, but not during it. Spellcasters casting spells upon themselves may not assist the casting. It's very important to note that spellcasters cannot resist their own spells. If they happen to be in the area of effect, the chance of success against them is unresisted. A person is incapable of pushing for an effect with his or her knowledge and against it with their psyche. If the caster attempts this, the spell will not manifest, but the caster will take normal casting fatigue damage. For this reason, sorcerers need to be careful with their fireball's area of effect, as they are more likely to injure themselves than the resisting enemies. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about what happens when more than one spellcaster participates in the casting of a single spell. When it comes to these tactical nuances of being hurt by your own spells, it definitely adds to the realism, to the reality within the fictional setting, as well as the fatigue. It's logical that after wielding such powerful energies, it's going to take a toll upon your body. Thank you for watching this part of the review. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel through PayPal or DriveThruRPG, the information will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. I am currently unavailable for professional sessions because I am handling business out of town. But I am going to put my contact information in the description and in the pinned comment for when I am available again. And remember, in tabletop RPGs you are not telling stories about your characters, you are experiencing the game world as your characters. Once again, thank you and see you later.